Hello, this is Black Tiger with Big Time Fitness. Coming back at you once again. We just said basically we're going to have what we call Talks with Black Tiger. Talks with Black Tiger, like we said, are not just going to deal with fitness subjects, but going to deal with issues of life that we have, everyday life issues that we have. And so today we're talking about basically entrepreneurship, more or less so, and support when it comes to that, or also just you doing your own thing and support when it comes to that. And to be honest, what we're talking about today is how much support do we really get. And as we do this, as you started your own stuff before, if you're familiar with doing that, or you are an entrepreneur yourself, it's something that we get to face, that we understand that as time goes on, you realize that you don't get support from those whom you would think was going to support you in the beginning. Maybe you had already experienced this before. Maybe you experienced it because you've done something as far as on your own, and you notice that those who have said they were your friends, those who have said they would always support you, those who said that they would be there with you, you notice that they are not there. Like, you don't get support from them. And it can be many of the people that you have done a lot for. And sometimes that can be discouraging, sometimes that can be hard, and sometimes it can cause you to get bitter because you've done something for other people. You've given to their programs, you've given to them, you reached out, you've done stuff, and you notice that when it came time for you, they didn't have time to help you. And what I want to talk about today is that don't allow it to make you bitter, because bitterness is never a good thing. But just understand that, yeah, this is life that we live in. People are going to be people, and to be honest, we live in a society that is more selfish than anything else. I know that you can, I can recall many programs, many different things that I've given to without expecting anything back. And you get to understand that when it comes your turn, you may not see anyone around. You might not see anybody that's going to support you. They've said a lot in the past. They've talked a big talk. They've said that your friend. They've taken from you as you've given. But when time came for you to do your thing, nobody was around to support. Nobody gave you that support. Nobody did anything, because they would only want to see what they can get from you versus support you. It is interesting because we've talked about it, and people would seem like they would rather give their money to those that are strangers that they don't know, rather than to give money to you, or rather to support your program, or rather to come to you. But they'll be the first ones that, if they call themselves your friends, be the first ones, or call yourself someone that deals with you, will be the first ones that want you to say, do you remember me? Why don't you do this for me? Can you help me do this? Or if you make it to this point, well, can you help me do this? And it's something that's really difficult sometimes, because we experience this, that many are selfish. What I want to do as far as advice goes is that when it comes to that kind of thing, like, you be a person that gives to others, not because you want something back, but because you truly want to give to them and their project. And I've done that on many occasions. Or just as a friend, I've given to many people and have not expected things in return. That's up to you. If you know that somebody's giving to you, you decide what you want to give back. You decide, like, what you want to give to that person. But I don't give to receive, but it can be an emotional draining thing if someone's not giving back to you. And so it's the same thing when it comes to this entrepreneur thing, or someone who started a foundation. I know there's many people that can speak and attest to the fact that I've stepped in many places and just given to organizations, given to different programs, and not expecting anything. And many of the times I don't even bring up my stuff. I don't bring up a church, don't bring up fitness company, don't bring up nonprofit mentoring program. Don't bring up any of those things, because I don't want people to think, well, I'm just coming trying to basically advertise myself. But no, I'm actually genuinely coming to help. And sometimes, to be honest, those things will come back and help you in the long run. As the Bible tells you, as the measure you give is the measure that will be given back to you. And so sometimes that's something that happens, but at the same time, it may not happen, it may happen, but just be you. Be a person that people can at least say had the heart to give and done that in that way. That's basically what I wanted to talk about today, and let me know how you feel. What do you feel about support, and when it comes to people, family, friends? Do you get that support? Does it seem like they don't support you as much as they could? It seems like it's hard to get support from the people around you. It seems like it, and as we know, even when it came to Christ, no one really accepted him in his hometown. Basically, it was hard for him there. He couldn't even do miracles there because people didn't believe in him, because they were familiar with him. And sometimes when people are familiar with you, they do not want to see you do better than them, or they feel like you are going to do better than them. But it would seem that we would all want to push each other, to support each other's dreams and to do those things, but it's very difficult as an entrepreneur to look in the area where people know you the most, because they really don't want to see you achieve a lot, and they become really, and we got to be honest, like that's what we're really going to be doing in these talks, really being honest, because honestly we would know that there's many that get jealous. You know, I've had to look at myself and over time work on to say, like, I'm not going to get jealous of someone who is close to me that are doing good. No, you just go get your own. You do better for yourself. Like, everybody has something that you're good at. There's some goals that you have. Go fight for your goals. Allow seeing other people reach their goals. Allow that to motivate you to reach yours, rather than being jealous because they are, and then you don't want to support, you don't want to help, you don't want to do anything because you would rather talk about. Many of people talk behind their back. Oh, you see them doing this over here. Oh, they ain't gonna never make that. Oh, they dumb for doing that. It's sad that we live in a society like that where everyone is so selfish and everybody is so self-centered, but it is something that you deal with. But my advice is that no matter what, if you're a person that wants to give or support people, do that. Do it wholeheartedly. Also, make sure that you do look at your own business. Be progressive in what you want to achieve, and regardless of who has your back, if there's less support, many a times I'll use that as motivation. Use that as motivation to keep pushing. Yeah, there's not support behind you, but hey, you keep pushing, you keep going, you keep trying to reach your dreams, your goals. At least you can say you gave it 100%. And I would hope that those who are around you that say your friends will look and say, yeah, you know, why shouldn't I support him? Why shouldn't I support him in what he's doing? And because really one day when you look around and you're doing your own thing, those that you sit there and watch struggle and never supported, never even wanted to lend a helping hand, never showed up at any of their events, they're going to be the ones that you're going to want to come help you, especially if they make a name for themselves and can be beneficial to you in the long run. But nobody really is going to want to come help you if you was one of those people who never showed support for those who were trying to do good for themselves, but you just sit there basically and was like, nah, I'm not going to help them. Nah. And basically you could have, and you could have supported, and you remember when they helped you. That's not a good situation, and it's something that I think we should look at ourselves. And some people say it's an African American thing, they don't like to support each other. I can say that, yeah, I do see that in our communities at times, but it is a widespread thing with human beings, period. Like, not wanting to support each other when you think someone is doing better than you. So that's what we talked about today. Let me know what you think. But like I always say, this is my opinion. This is what we're talking about. But at the end of the day, you ain't got to do nothing, I say.